This is Miss Damlick, and you're watching Senn TV.
Whoosh!
Hey, welcome back. I'm Reagan Ivie.
And I'm Philip Johnson-White.
With Think Week coming up, our very own Maricela Machuca took a look at the school-wide Loyola trip and provides a preview of the event.
Hello, I'm Maricela, and I'm here with Mr. Connor to get the inside scoop about Think Week.
Think Week is next week, March 6th through the 7th, 8th, 9th. Well, the big idea is to get outside the regular school day, get outside the classroom, and get onto a college campus. The more familiar students are with college campuses and what it's like to be on a campus, the more they can see themselves going there and being successful.
So I decided to go around the school to try and see if I can get an interview from students who went to last year's Think Week.
I thought it was a really cool opportunity for us to get to leave the campus and get to see Loyola. My favorite part was getting to meet the professor and getting to talk to him on a one-on-one contact.
I think it's important, as an incoming freshman, you should want to explore more and learn more about, your career paths.
They'll be able to go to classrooms in Loyola. They will also have a big general session. And the highlight, I think, for most students so far has been that they will get to go to the cafeteria, one of the cafeterias at Loyola, and have lunch there. So they'll be able to select their lunch rather than have a box lunch, which got bad marks last year.
Continuing with our sensational stories, Adnan Hadzalic sat down with Junior, Laura Schwartz, where she talked about how dancing helped her deal with some major difficulties in her life.
Last year I had gotten really sick, and my depression and anxiety and stress levels, everything was just all out of whack. I was a mess. Hi, my name is Laura Schwartz. I'm a junior in the Senn Arts dance program. I started taking dance when I was about 3 or 4. My first dance class was ballet. When I was little, I would always dance around. I have a photo of me, probably like 2, and I'm wearing a hula skirt and I have a ukulele. So I've always loved dancing, no matter what type of dance it was. Originally, I was considering going to the IB program because I heard about the benefits of it, but last minute I opted out and I decided, you know what, dance is what I love to do. I've taken dance all throughout my life, and I thought, why not go to a school that provides something that I'm very passionate about. Well, I'm a very stressed out person. I get stressed very easily. I have suffered with depression for a very long time. My teacher, she noticed that, and she was even a very big help in bringing me through that. She saw I was really upset, and she told me that, use it towards this. Use all this energy that you have towards this, and even if it may be negative at the time, you could turn it into something positive. And that's what I did. I danced, and even when I wasn't feeling it, I still tried, and that helped me move through it. And I was able to do all the pieces in the show, my teacher's piece, my peer's piece, and I believe they came out beautifully. And I think with her words and her help, and even my peers' help, that helped me get through it. And I feel we just all been helpful even when we're all going through something. When you're dancing, you're letting out all this emotion, whether it's a very happy piece where you can be very smiley and you can put on this show and it makes other people happy and you can feel their happiness. But if it's a very sad, you have to be a very hard-hitting piece, you have to put all of your energy into it, which pieces I have been in. You put so much energy towards them, and you just let out all this frustration or all these things that are going on with you, and it makes the dance look even 100% more full out because of the amount of emotion and the tie that you give to it when performing it. I feel that the Senn Arts program is a very good outlet for people who are struggling with things. Even if you're not in the arts program, if you take art or you take music or you take dance PE, it's a very good way to express yourself, because some people express themselves in very different ways. Some people do it through sports, through art, through poetry, through anything that you feel is a way as an expressive outlet is your art form. And what Senn Arts does is it gives people that like outlet to them. If you're feeling upset, you could draw. If you're feeling very emotional, you could act and put on an amazing show, even just to practice it. If you're feeling very happy or very like energized, you could go out and do a whole 3 pieces without even having to stop, and they will come out beautifully. And it's just a very beautiful way to put this negative or even this positive energy into something beautiful.
The travel ban is a 90-day ban on 7 countries mostly located in the Middle East, also including Syrian refugees. The function of the travel ban is to spend the next 90 days evaluating procedures to make it harder for terrorists to enter into the country. Refugees and individuals coming in from one of the banned countries are the ones most affected by this executive order. We now take it to the halls to ask a few students on their thoughts on the ban.
I personally believe the travel ban is something that Trump should not have done because America is made up of a lot of immigrants and a lot of them come from the countries that he banned. So I don't agree with his decision on it.
I feel like everyone deserves a chance to come to America and have a better life, especially because like in other countries it's not, there's like not good situations. Like my family, they came from India to America for a better life, and I really appreciate that, because if I stayed in India I wouldn't get the education that I'm getting right now, and I wouldn't be meeting the people that mean a lot to me. And I think third world countries have a lot of restrictions of how you're supposed to be. And I think America gave me a chance to just be a better person. And
thoughts on the travel ban so far is that it seems like unjustified for the most part, just because of the racial segregation and dividing of like certain races that we've been through like over the years. America is basically made of us immigrants. Even my parents, who are immigrants themselves, have come to America. Although it doesn't affect me personally, since I am not of that particular race, it does affect the other people. It does affect schools. It does affect like everyone who's like trying to live their own lives, trying to create like a new beginning for themselves. So I feel that is just completely unjustified and not within our Constitution.
We're such a diverse country, and especially Senn giving like we're a diverse school, and like it's just not fair.
Well, one thing that struck me right away with the travel ban was how it impacted our students. In fact, I was talking to my wife about a student who's a recent arrival from Syria, and I was just like, it's over. We're not going to get any more Syrian refugees for the foreseeable future. So, and if you think about it, it's kind of incredible, that you can make these arbitrary laws that just tear families up and also impact whole countries. Our country and the other countries, which all have a travel ban imposed against them.
I just hope like there's not a travel ban that's going to happen, and everyone deserves a chance to come here and create a better life for themselves.
Thank you.
The Senn psychology course is doing something very interesting with their lesson plan and offers students a hands-on experiment to see how sensation works in our body. Here's Vera with more.
All right, so this is AP Psychology, and we're doing an experiment about sensory adaptation. So we've got these goggles that adjust the vision, and so right now they're working on the controls. So we've got 2 groups working on their own control, which is throwing the ball, whether overhand or underhand. We're trying to learn how the brain adapts to different situations it's put in.
Your vision suddenly shifted can very much alter how you need to do things, and it can take a while to adjust.
CPS has enacted a funding freeze of about $46 million in response to Governor Rauner's $215 million pension cut to CPS in order to make a June 30th pension payment. And before you get excited about getting out of school earlier, that only means we start school in August. Sorry. Not sorry. Sorry again. I made a video explaining what this means for Senn and other CPS schools. Hello, and this is Philip Johnson-White reporting for Senn TV. A spokesperson from Governor Rauner's office said the $215 million cut was actually not a quote-unquote cut, but part of a stopgap budget deal that never passed. This is about how CPS had to have a $46 million freeze in discretionary funds because of Governor Bruce Rauner and his cut to CPS schools. Now, what does this mean for us? It means less things that we could get, less new technology, less everything that we really wanted for this school year. It will not happen, and it especially affects the teachers at our schools because they will not be able to get the money that they deserve. So, in response to this, once again, CPS recently had a court function filed in order to have school end on June 1st because they will not have enough money to end on the regular day that school actually ends. So what does this mean for you as a Senn student, and what does this mean for you as a CPS student overall? It means you will have less days in school, less education, less hours of education in school, and this means that Illinois is not getting the job done. And what does this mean? 20 years of financial mismanagement by the city cannot be blamed on someone trying to put Illinois on the right fiscal path. The bipartisan agreement worked out with Mayor Emanuel's approval has been clear from the beginning. Chicago Public Schools would receive assistance from pension shortfalls as part of a comprehensive pension reform that saves money for the state and local governments throughout Illinois. Rather than cutting services and pointing fingers, we should all be working together to pass this comprehensive pension reform agreement immediately, said Eleni DeMercis, a spokesperson for the governor. Now, stay tuned on what happens in Illinois. Illinois is broke. I understand that. But the real concern is mostly everybody in Springfield, including Rauner himself, prefer charter schools over public schools. What's the big difference? That's up to you to decide. But the main thing is we as CPS students deserve to have money in order to have a great education, in order to strengthen our future. Now, this has been Philip Johnson-White, and I will see you guys later.
Paula Trejo went to 4th and 7th period lunch to interview students about the trailer for Season 2 of Stranger Things. We now take it to Paula to get some thoughts and opinions.
Today I go into 4th and 7th period lunch to get the reactions of students on the new trailer of Stranger Things Season 2.
I think it's gonna be even better because I feel like it's just gonna go crazy. Like, I just feel like a bunch of stuff is gonna happen, and like, Will, obviously something is wrong with him. Like, I feel like he's got some type of virus or something inside of him that's making him weird. So I just feel like there's gonna be a lot more things happening, and it's just gonna get worse.
I want to get some unanswered questions that were pretty much just left to interpretation, especially about most of the kids' family life and if they're going to bring back most of the characters that were forgotten about from like the first episodes.
Oh, because they already killed off 11, and I know she's coming back because I saw her eyes. So, like, what else can they do? Like, get chased by more people in vans? Like, it's gonna be jank.
I really hope that 11 comes back and there's more of an understanding of what that the monster is, the Demogorgon, and definitely for the reveal of what that giant monster was, the Tesla Hydra.
I'm excited because season 1 was like really good, but like the end kind of left me off. I was really sad about the end, and so I'm hoping like there's something to kind of like bring me back on season 2.
So now, Philip, would you please grace us with our legendary sports report?
Hello, and thank you, Reagan. I appreciate it. The boys basketball team took on Matter at home on February 23rd, but unfortunately, despite their valiant effort, they lost 85-77 and lost in Lincoln Park 82-55 the following day. I would also like to shout out the girls softball team and Jarrell Ayers, Nate, and Carlos Gonzalez on the boys' baseball team. Made their new season start out with a fat W. Like fat, like, you know, like. Anyways, that was your Senn Sports, and now into our national sports. After a lackluster, like worse than NBA Live, NBA All-Star game, the trade deadline soon loomed on the league. Rumors swirled around once again of Jimmy Butler being traded to another team, however that didn't happen. Jerry Reinsdorf and John Paxson instead chose to trade away Doug McDermott, Taj Gibson, and a second-round pick to the Oklahoma City Thunder for guards Kamryn Payne, Anthony Morrow, and center Joshua Laverne. Like it or not, getting rid of Gibson was a good deal as he was set to be a free agent this summer, and the Bulls were sure to be unwilling to give him big money given his age. However, the biggest news of all was the terrible, terrible trade of DeMarcus Cousins to the New Orleans Pelicans. With Anthony Davis and him, the Pelicans now look to take on the league with their strong front court. Other big NBA news is that Kevin Durant is out until at least mid-April with a grade 2 MCL sprain. In response, the Golden State Warriors will sign old hero Matt Barnes as a backup while he is out. Barnes at 36 is still a valuable asset to add onto the Warriors' push for another NBA title, should the Cavs not be in their way. Now onto the NFL, specifically the Chicago Bears wanted to get rid of Jay Cutler through a trade. Yes, he is abysmal. However, this seems a hard task to overcome as his $112 million plus contract, I don't even know how he signed that, has already scared some teams away from investing into the 33-year-old. That has been all of your sports. Until next time, goodbye.
Without someone so significant in my life has kind of drastically changed. I am a junior at Nicholson High School and my name is Esabella. Ever since I was an infant, I would always be at my grandma's house. My grandma was basically like the one to watch me when my mom would go to work, and yeah. Growing up, she had a really big backyard, and we would go out there almost every day and we'd feed all the birds, and sometimes there would be deer in her backyard. And she'd just teach me how to appreciate animals, and she would show me like how to grow certain plants, and she taught me to be a really kind and respectful person. Towards the end of my 7th grade year, she developed cancer. She had had it for a while, but it wasn't until the end of my 7th grade year that my mom noticed that something was wrong. So we took her to the hospital and she was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. It hit my mom really hard, especially because I was her mom, and she kind of had a hard time handling that, and that kind of affected my relationship with my mom. My grandma was kind of like my backbone in the sense that like she was always there for me, and she taught me so much in life, and not having that anymore it's been weird. I plan on making my grandmother proud by getting into a good college, sticking with good grades, and just trying to keep up with my Spanish heritage in the sense that like I speak Spanish with my mom more now, so just trying to keep up with that language and make my grandmother proud by speaking it.
Many students have noticed the new tardy policy. Whether we agree with it or not, students need to get a tardy pass if they are not inside of their classroom on time. We took it upon ourselves to make a PSA regarding teachers' thoughts on students being late. Many of you may recognize the inspiration for this video in regards to the viral video called Hurt Babe.
What were you doing in the hallway?
Everything.
Like what?
At the vending machines, with my friends, everything.
How many times have you been late to class?
I don't know.
If you had to say?
I wasn't counting. If you would go to the measure of sending me for a tardy pass, why don't you just send me to 125?
I don't know. I just hope you would learn your lesson.
There's nothing that you could have done differently to prevent it. You did everything you needed to do to be a good teacher, and I was lucky to have a teacher like you.
I don't think you're a bad student because you're late. I forgive you.
Why?
Because you're my best student.
Hi everyone, this is Coach Walsh. We're in the hallway reading about the hallway exploitation. We got the 3 hallways infraction. 1, after school detention, parent guardian call. More than 3 infractions in 1 week, you get 2 lunchroom detention, parent and guardian call. And hey, make sure you stay out of the hallway so you won't get hit with this. All right, Senn High School, go Bulldogs.
Make sure that you walk on the right side of the hallway.
Excuse me.
Where are you going? See what happened? Reagan was on the left side. And also, use courteous language, please.
Oh my god, I gotta go. What time is it? Hey, what period is it?
It's already 4th period.
Oh my god, I gotta go.
Next time, Kamryn has to monitor her time, walk with purpose, and know her schedule.
Be on time to every period, every day.
You're just getting here?
Yeah?
And then do you know what time it is?
I don't know, like 3 or something?
Ugh.
So, Philip, what did you think about the Her Bay video? Wasn't it so sad?
I don't know what Her Bay is, I know what Salt Bay is, I know what Elmo Bay is, I know every single bay that I see. You know, bay this, bay sweet this, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah.
That's all the stories we have for today, Senn. Stay tuned for our next episode and make sure to follow us on our various social media accounts. I'm your host, Reagan Ivie.
And I'm Philip Johnson-White.
Toots Magoots.
Toots Magoots.